Fatty acids are hydrocarbon chains which are attached to a carboxylic acid group. They are quite variable. They can be small, medium, long, or very long. They may have only single bonds and thus be saturated. They may have a single double bond and then be monounsaturated, or they may have multiple double bonds and be polyunsaturated. When triglycerides are joined to a molecule of glycerol, which can bind three different fatty acids, the triglyceride and its properties will then be determined by which fatty acids are used. Significantly, the double bonds provide kinks in the chain and thus affect the packing of fatty acids. Oleic acid is 18 carbons in length and has a single double bond, making it monounsaturated. In general, it is the most common fatty acid found in living things, ranging from microbes to plants and animals, including humans. And in humans, it is the second most abundant fatty acid in the human body overall, and the most abundant fatty acid found in adipose tissue. It is commonly obtained through diet, where it is found in sources as diverse as meat and vegetable oils, and it is usually the most common fatty acid in breast milk. Palmitic acid is 16 carbons in length and is saturated. It is the most common saturated fatty acid in living things and the most common saturated fatty acid in the human body. When carbohydrates are ingested, their calories can then be stored in triglycerides, and palmitic acid is the first fatty acid to be made in this process, and other fatty acids can then be made from palmitic acid. It is a common fatty acid found in diverse dietary sources such as meat, cheese, and vegetable oils, and being saturated increases the risk of heart disease. It is a common fatty acid in breast milk and is particularly common as the second fatty acid in the triglyceride. Over half of milk fats have palmitic acid in this position. Linoleic acid is 18 carbons in length, and because of its two double bonds, it is polyunsaturated. And because the last double bond begins 6 carbons from the terminal end, it is referred to as an omega-6. It is an essential fatty acid. It must be included in the diet. It is important in human cell membranes. It's a precursor for arachidonic acid, which is very important in biosynthetic pathways and signaling, and a number of other local hormones. It can be found in plant dietary sources such as nuts and vegetable oil, and in some vegetable oils this acid is half the weight. Breast milk is the source of this essential fatty acids for infants. Arachidonic acid is an important fatty acid which can be produced from linoleic acid. It is 20 carbons in length, and it is polyunsaturated due to the presence of 4 double bonds. It is an omega-6 fatty acid since the last double bond occurs 6 carbons from the terminal end. It is not technically an essential fatty acid, but for those who are deficient in linoleic acid in their diet or are not adept at converting linoleic into arachidonic acid, it is essential. It is important for cell membrane phospholipids, particularly in the cell membranes of muscle cells, brain cells, and liver cells. It is used as a precursor for many local hormones. Some of these are pro-inflammatory. which can increase the inflammatory state of the body and can worsen heart disease risk and other diseases. It is common in meat and eggs and is a common fatty acid in breast milk.